Yo, what is up, guys? This is Norm from Daily Fantasy Archive. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any daily content. Also, hit this bell notification button so you're notified the exact moment I upload. You never miss anything. And also smash that like button, show some support, and also keep the good luck going by hitting that like button. Let's keep the fire lineups going. And great advice. Anyways, let's get right into today's slate. Actually, I'll look at last night. Last night, the lineup I had in my paid group hit 162.5, won and everything. If you guys want to become a paid member, it's $5 a month at the moment. It's very cheap. It won't last long for $5 a month, as we've been winning constantly. So make sure to DM me on Twitter at DFS_archive if you want to join that paid member group. It's only $5 a month. Anyways, let's get down into the breakdown of the video and the player pool. I'm going to break down the player pool and give you guys some great players instead of you guys having to go through, say, like 50 first basemen. You're only going to have to go through a certain amount, like 5 to 10, and you'll have a 5 to 8, and you'll have a great amount to look at and change around if you want to do GPP stacks. If you want to change everything around, you feel the guys in a better spot. Anyways, let's get right into it. In the pitching category tonight, you're definitely going to want to be spending up, especially in your cash games. You can take a bit of a risk in your GPPs, but you're definitely going to want to look at Jacob deGrom. Is in a very great matchup tonight, so you're going to definitely want to look at him tonight. Costs $11,000, or you could look at Jake Arrieta, who is also in an excellent spot tonight. The Cubs have a really good team, so he should 100% get the win tonight. Both of these teams should easily get the win. And if you're looking to change it up and not go with the two more chalkier players, look at Carlos is also in an excellent spot tonight. And Gio Gonzalez is more of a riskier play, but he has some nice high strikeout upside. And he's playing a bit of a hot Arizona team, but this is definitely a great matchup for him. So that's the four pitchers that I will be looking at tonight. Moving on to the catchers. Catcher that you're definitely going to want to look at tonight, he's in an excellent spot, is Matt Weavers. He's batting 8th on Washington. Washington's bats have been very hot lately. I'm not going to explain much about all these guys. I'm going to give you two guys throughout all these picks that I'm going to explain in depth that I think are very nice players that you could lock into your lineups. One value play and one top play. You could also look at Yan Gomez. He's definitely in a great matchup. He's very cheap. I think the way to go at catcher tonight is to definitely punt and spend down and pay up for your pitcher and some other bets. Derek Norris will definitely let you do that. He's in a excellent. He's not starting actually, so disregard the Derek Norris thing. If you can hear my dogs barking in the background, sorry about that. You definitely want to take a look at Travis Darnold. If he starts tonight, he went out of last night's game, but he's also in a great matchup if he ends up playing. Very cheap. You're going to want to look at Wilson Contreras. I told you guys he's also not starting. That's the thing about when I make my videos before the lock and before the lineups come out to try to get it out for you guys. It's kind of hard because some of the players that I write about may end up changing, and they end up changing after. But Steven Vogt is in a nice spot again tonight on catcher. Brian McCann is in a very nice spot tonight. And you also want to take a look at Grandel. He also is in a great spot tonight. Moving on to first basemen. The first baseman I'll be looking at definitely will be Paul Goldschmidt. You guys know how on fire he has been lately. He's in another great matchup. Edwin is in an excellent matchup tonight. I think this is a nice way to go. He's very cheap, and I can see him easily hitting a home run tonight. Eric Hosmer, told you guys take him a few days ago. He's starting to heat up now. He has, I'm pretty sure 5 at-bats, or 5 bats in his last 6 games, so he's starting to heat up. Jose Alto is in a, Jose Abreu is also in a great spot tonight. You're also going to want to take a look at Ron Zimmerman. Washington has been hot. Their bats have been crazy. He's very cheap for what Zimmerman has been doing, having this breakout season. Like I said before in the video, I'm not going to explain much about all these players as I've studied into them, and you guys will know these guys are in great matchups. Just know that these are very great matchups, and many of you guys have used just the tips from these videos and won hundreds of dollars with, as I shown in the last video. You're also going to want to take a look at Chris Davis tonight. He's also in a nice spot. I mean, Chris Carter on the Yankees. He played very well last night. The Blue Jays aren't a good team, but he's batting 7th, so it is a bit more of a risk. So it might be a GPP play tonight, but he is in a nice spot. Hanley Ramirez is in a great spot. Boston bats have been a bit off lately, but they do have enough in their lineup to definitely drop 10 runs in a game if they want, or definitely go off. So Hanley Ramirez is in a great spot also. Joey Votto, if you're not paying for a top pitcher, Joey Votto is a god. You guys all know this. He's been one of the top plays and one of the top players in MLB all season. So he's definitely in a great spot tonight. Rizzo is in an excellent spot. Phillies pitcher is awful. He gives up the righties and lefties. I expect the Cubs lineup to definitely go off tonight. Ryan Healy is definitely in a great spot also. And Adrian Gonzalez will be the last if he plays tonight. Adrian Gonzalez if he plays tonight. Moving on to second base. The first second baseman that I'll be talking about and actually explaining the first player in this video will be Cano. Ricky Glasgow isn't a good pitcher. He gives it up to both sides on the plate. He gives up 1.515 home runs per 9 to righties. Cano is a righty. And he also gives up a 0.351 WOBA against righties. This is a very good stat to attack. Cano has good numbers against righties, and he has an amazing batter versus pitcher stats and numbers against the Glasgow. In 15 career at-bats, he's totally killed him. He definitely has the best matchup out of any second baseman, BVP-wise, on the slate. You also want to take a look at Ben Zobrist. Like I said, Phillies pitcher is awful. Brian Dozier is in an excellent spot. One of my friends sent me something. I hate when people message me. I should turn off my notifications. But Brian Dozier is in a great matchup tonight. Odor is in a great matchup. Jose Altuve and Dustin Pedroia. And you also want to take a look at Neil Walker. Dustin Pedroia has been a bit cold, and my friend has spammed me. Let me turn off my notifications here. But yeah, Dustin Pedroia has been a bit cold, but like I said, the Boston Bats have enough to easily go off tonight, any night, in fact. And Neil Walker told you guys to take last night. He was in a great spot, and they're in a great spot again tonight. They have a lot of left-handed bats in the order, and Atlanta's pitcher is awful against lefties, so this is a great spot for him. Moving on to third base, you're going to want to take a look at Nolan. You're going to want to take a look at Sano. I'm going to try to get through this quickly for you guys. Jose Ramirez is in a great spot. Eugene is in a nice spot. Martin's in a nice spot. Martin Pedro. Trevor Poofy. I don't even know how to pronounce his name, guys. Sorry about that. Awful names like I've told you many times before. I'm not here to pronounce the names. I'm here to make you guys money. And Yuli's also in an excellent spot. Mike Moustakas. And that is about it for the third baseman tonight. Moving on to shortstops. Trey Turner's in an excellent spot. He's been on fire. You guys know how hot he has been. Aiden Russell is in a great spot. Carlos Vittoria is in an excellent spot. And Taylor Motter is in a nice spot again tonight. And Tim Beckham, spelled it wrong, trying to get it in fast for you guys. Tim Beckham's also in a nice spot tonight. He's batting leadoff, so he's very cheap for shortstop if you want to pay down a bit. Moving on to the outfielders. Another outfielder I'm going to be talking about and explaining a bit for value-wise is Steve Pearce. He was on fire last night, went 4 for 4. He's in a hitter's ballpark for righties, and CC gives it up the righties hard. He doesn't strike them out, and he gives up 1.475 home runs per 9 to righties. Steve is a great value play for tonight, and most people will pay up for the top pitcher, so this is definitely a way where you can get a piece of a low, very, very cheap guy. Steve has a 0.76 WOBA and a 0.252 ISO against lefties and hits a home run per every 16 at-bats. So those are very great numbers, and there's a good chance that he goes yard tonight. Moving on to some other outfielders you want to look at. They're all in great spots tonight. Brandon Gailleur is in a great spot tonight. He costs 2.2K. He's very cheap. Andrew McCutchen is in a great spot tonight. You're going to want to take a look at some of these excuse me, Miami bats are in great spots, like Stanton or Marcel's an excellent spot tonight. Nice matchup. Granderson was a guy I wanted to take yesterday. This is a great way to get a piece of this Mets offense. They have been heating up a bit, and they have a lot of good lefties in their lineup that can easily crack it tonight against an awful Atlanta pitcher. So he's very cheap if you're trying to pay down and get some nice value plays. Conforto's in a nice spot. I would also look at Kyle Seager. Mike Trout if you had the money to pay up. And Blackman's also in a nice spot. Chris Davis and Max Kepler. That'll be all for the video, guys. That is all the plays that I'm looking at in my player pool. If you want to join the members and get the exact lineup I post just before 5 minutes to 10 minutes before the lineup, I'll add you to a Twitter group. Just message me on Twitter at DFS_archive. Shoot me a DM. I'll get you set up. It's only $5. Very cheap. You'll easily make that back in 1 to 2 nights. If not, make triple that back. One of my guys, he took one of my lineups a week ago and he hit 226, won 200 plus bucks. He easily made back 2 years worth subscription money that it would cost at this rate that we're at right now. Anyways, that'll be the lineup for tonight. Good luck tonight, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Hit the bell notification button so you never miss anything. And smash that like button for good luck tonight.